Hello again, folks. Revival Guy Prepping for Poor People. I just want to do a little addition to my last video. I spoke about uh, what the war in over in the Middle East and what all this with Iran has to do, biblically speaking. And while I'm not a Bible scholar, I have studied the Bible, and and I have several friends that are preachers and evangelicals and such. And I have one particular friend that did a sermon on Babylon and the whore of Babylon and what its real meaning was, and it's very interesting. If you're interested in following a real man of God, you can go to he has a YouTube channel. His name is Alan Zeifer, and if you're not interested, that's fine. I'm not trying to push my views on anybody. But if you'd really like to hear something about that, he has a great video on there about Babylon and the end time. He's a really good end time preacher, and if you're into that and that's something you'd like to learn, then I'd encourage you to go to his YouTube channel. But a few of the things he was talking about is that in the end times, Persia is going to be very key to it, which is Iran. A lot of scholars and people that read the Bible say that Iraq, which was the original Babylon, is going to be the new Babylon. But there's just a lot of things about the prophecy that doesn't make sense that would point to them as to Iraq. I've done some very interesting reading on the whole situation, and that Babylon basically is the is not necessarily one country. It's just it's uh, the people in general who have turned to wicked ways and just allowed fornication and all types of devil worshiping and drinking and drugs. They've allowed this to just manifest, and my friend Alan Ziver has a really good video on why he thinks, in his opinion, that the United States of America is actually the new Mystery Babylon. And he makes some very good points because it very specifically describes what Babylon, the new Babylon, is in the book of Revelations, and it talks about how it'll be the richest country in the world. It'll sit on many waters, which means it has many ports, and it'll have the most influence throughout the world. And if that's not the United States of America, I don't know what it is. There's no other country that comes close to that. And also, it'll be the biggest purporter of sin, and the United States absolutely is. The church has fallen away, and sin is just rampant. We're the number one producer of pornography. We're the number one user of alcohol and drugs. Our crime is just out of control. We lock up more people in prison by far than any other country. And Western society has really broken down. It's just falling apart, and it's due to this sin nature, unfortunately. And there's a lot of things on his video. I'd really encourage you to go watch him. I'm not a preacher. He is, and if you're interested in that, it's really a good watch. He's a good man and a really good preacher about end times and things like that. But it's just funny how a lot of people want to deny the Bible, and that's your right to do it if you want to. It's a good thing about being American. But folks, I just can't deny it, because I look at things that are happening today that were predicted 2,000 years ago, and I just can't I can't turn away from that. Iran, without a doubt, has a lot of backing from other countries, as I said in my previous video, and eventually the whole world's going to turn against Israel. The whole world, even us, or we'll be so pathetically weak that we won't be able to do anything about it anyway. And so the fall of the United States is pretty much inevitable, I guess. It has to happen. There's so many similarities between the United States and Rome, and this is just straight history. You can go back and look up history and read some of the facts about why Rome fell, and we are right on the edge of it right now. You just simply cannot borrow money and spend money and fight endless wars, and we've been doing that for over 100 years. I mean, World War One took a big toll on the United States, and we had the Great Depression. World War Two came along. And after that, we were kind of blessed. I mean, people were, this country really prospered for a little while, and then Korea and Vietnam come along, and ever since then, the greed by these politicians and by the elites have just about destroyed this country. And then, of course, we've been in this global war on terror now going on about 18 years. And, it's all coming to a head now, though, folks. But that's why we prepare. That's why we get ready every day. And I pray every day about it. So, but I just want you to be prepared. And I'm going to try to do a couple of videos this weekend. I'm off this weekend. We're going to go out and enjoy ourselves. But I'm going to try to do a couple of videos on some preps and things just to help you. Hopefully I can give you some information maybe you haven't heard before, or give you a different viewpoint to think about anyway. So thank you for watching this video. If you don't care, like and subscribe. Try to share it, get it out there. YouTube's really cut down on anybody that's conservative or Christian or doesn't agree with their extreme left-wing propaganda. They're really putting the channels down now. So there's a bunch of good channels out there. American Joe show, I watch several good ones. I like to watch Common Sense show. A lot of conspiracy theory stuff in there. I don't really buy all of it, but Dave Hodges is a good commentator, and he brings up a lot of good valid points though along the way. So like and subscribe to these channels, and because this is about the only way that we're going to get the word out anymore. But that's okay, because our goal is to look after each other and just try to spread the word all we can. Thank you for watching, and remember, all gun laws are unconstitutional.